we reach the final leg on our journey to examine whether Jesus was truly sinless. We all know it is a sin to lie or bear false witness. Jesus reiterates this in Luke. You know the commandments: do not commit adultery, do not murder, do not steal, do not bear false witness. But what we find in the Gospel of John, chapter 7, is nothing less than astonishing. Now the feast of the Jews, the feast of booths, was near. Therefore his brothers said to him, Leave here and go into Judea, so that your disciples also may see your works which you are doing. For no one does anything in secret when he himself seeks to be known publicly. If you do these things, show yourself to the world. For not even his brothers were believing in him. So Jesus said to them, My time is not yet here, but your time is always opportune. The world cannot hate you, but it hates me because I testify of it, that its deeds are evil. Go up to the feast yourselves. I do not go up to this feast, because my time has not yet fully come. Having said these things to them, he stayed in Galilee. But when his brothers had gone up to the feast, then he himself also went up, not publicly, but as if in secret. Here we have Jesus telling his brothers that he was not going to go to the feast at all. Then once they had left for the feast, Jesus too went to the feast. It is obvious why Jesus lied to them. He wanted to show up at the feast in secret to observe what the general public and the Jewish spiritual leaders were saying about it. But it still doesn't justify lying to his brothers in order to accomplish it. He could have easily said, Maybe I will go later. Verse 8 in most translations reads like this, Go up to the feast yourselves. I do not go up to this feast yet, because my time has not yet fully come. It must be noted here that some of the early manuscripts of John do not contain the word yet after the word feast. The word was obviously added later by scribes who saw the glaring problem of a Jesus who lied to accomplish his goals. And they inserted the word to correct the problem. But most translations preferred to leave it in because it removed the obvious problem with a sinless Savior who employed deceit to accomplish his goals. So, what's your verdict? Was Jesus sinless? If so, how can we explain his actions, his words, especially in light of his own admission of being bound by the Mosaic law? We've seen Jesus destroy someone's livelihood. We've seen him become unclean by touching a leper and a dead body. We've seen him insult the Pharisees and his own disciples. We've seen him attack strangers in a public place with a whip. We've seen his racism when he referred to the Canaanites as dogs. We've seen him lie to his own brothers and disobey his own parents. One thing's for certain, if Jesus did sin, he was not the perfect sacrifice needed to atone for the sins of mankind. And Christianity loses perhaps its most vital cornerstone, nullifying the reliability of the entire New Testament. The evidence is on the table. Was Jesus sinless? You be the judge.